This is not about bad decisions. This is not about laziness. This is about a financial system that was specifically designed to keep wealth where it already is and punish the people who don't have it yet. Once you see how the mechanics actually work, you cannot unsee them. The tax system punishes work. Here's the first thing nobody puts plainly enough. The United States tax code taxes income from work far more aggressively than income from wealth. If you earn $60,000 a year at a job, you pay federal income tax, payroll tax, and Social Security contributions before you receive a single dollar. Your effective rate lands somewhere between 22 and 30% depending on your situation. Every dollar you earn from your time and labor is taxed at that rate. If someone earns $60,000 from a stock they have held for more than a year, they pay 15% in long-term capital gains tax, possibly 20% if their income is high enough. On money that required no clock-in, no commute, no performance review. The system does not tax wealth. It taxes the act of working for it. That single structural decision compounds across an entire lifetime and explains more about wealth inequality than almost anything else. Banks charge the poor, subsidize the rich. Walk into any major bank with $20 in your account and you will encounter overdraft fees averaging $35 per incident, monthly maintenance fees, minimum balance requirements that trigger penalties if you fall below them, ATM fees, wire fees. The machinery of banking generates enormous profit from people who cannot afford to keep much money in their accounts. Walk in with $1 million and the experience is completely different. No fees. A private banker who calls you by your first name. Free financial planning. Higher interest rates on deposits. The same institution, the same building, the same brand, operates two completely different financial systems simultaneously. One extracts money from people who have little. The other multiplies money for people who have plenty. This is not an accident. It is a business model. Predatory lending and the credit trap. Payday lenders charge annual percentage rates that regularly exceed 400%. A $300 loan to cover a gap before payday can escalate into $600 or $900 in repayment within weeks. These lenders concentrate almost exclusively in low-income communities where traditional banks have physically closed branches. Not because the community doesn't need financial services, but because they aren't profitable enough for traditional institutions. Then the credit scoring system penalizes people for using high-cost alternatives. A history of payday loans, high utilization on small credit limits, or a single missed payment raises the interest rate on every future loan. Car loans, mortgages, business loans. The person who needed a payday loan because they had no emergency fund now pays more for credit for years afterward, making the next emergency even harder to absorb. Poverty raises the cost of everything. The compound trap. Wealth compounds. So does poverty. Two sides of the same mechanism working in opposite directions. Own $200,000 in index funds growing at 8% annually and you gain $16,000 that year without doing anything. A person who inherits $500,000 at 30 and never adds another dollar will, through compounding alone, have over $5 million by retirement. The gap does not narrow over time. It accelerates. Building wealth requires time. Time to research investments, develop a side income, build skills, or think about long-term financial strategy. A person working 2 jobs to cover rent has none of this. Every available hour goes to survival. Wealthy families pass on not just money, but time. The time to think about money. That inheritance is invisible. It doesn't appear on any tax return, but it compounds just as reliably as any portfolio. The system doesn't need to be openly hostile to keep people poor. It just needs to consume all their time and charge them a premium for every financial service they use while they're there. Like and subscribe for more breakdowns of financial systems shaping your life. Drop a comment. Which part of this did nobody ever explain to you? Thanks for watching.